has hosted the teachers of the first step Erasmus Plus project, which took place at the end of February, and the weather forecast was extremely cold. Nevertheless, they were warm welcomed at the airport and at school. In the entrance hall, our guests could find sweet memories of the 3 previous meetings. After the official welcoming by our headmaster, we started working straight away. We reported what has already been done and what is left to do, and some points on the project web page we fixed immediately.
Yeah, if you give me 2 minutes, it will be there.
We also discussed about our next meetings in Romania, which will take place in April, and the meeting in Latvia, which will take place in September. Students of the class 3AK had the pleasure to meet all guest teachers, and Linda, our colleague from Latvia, gave a lesson to them. She talked about the Latvian bog.
It is very soft and it's dangerous.
She showed us some birds living in the bog and some fruits which can be found there. There are also some typical plants in the bog, and she brought straight from Latvia some moss. Our guests had the chance to go to another class.
Okay, well, welcome here in our history class.
Our headmaster, a history teacher, talked about the history of the Americas and showed Moodle in use. 3 boys of the graduating class presented some parts of their diploma thesis. According to the Erasmus Plus project, the first step, they focused on environmental topics, namely waste, energy and water. They made some research and questionnaires and analyzed the answers of the different countries.
Only garden, and I think only people with garden focus on rainwater.
You may read all details in this book. For lunch, we served typical Austrian dishes, for example, Wiener Schnitzel. All desserts were handmade, also the famous Sachertorte. After the break, we made ourselves ready for some excursions. At the local heating plant, we could see the wood chips and the central heating boiler. Via pipelines, the hot water is directed to the spa nearby. And they need a lot of energy on cold and windy days. Of course, we also enjoyed some time in this awesome spa. After a short walk to the city hall, we met there with the Gulf staff. They informed us about how waste is separated in law and how the disposal system works. And they also let us know about their future plans. Next stop was at Brandner, a local company producing tipper, dumper and special vehicles for the agricultural use. We had a guided tour held by the senior boss, which was very interesting. By train we traveled to Vienna, where it was also very cold. Even the old Danube was frozen. In Vienna we visited the sewage treatment plant. We got a demonstration of how it works, and we could also see it in real. Sewage treatment plant is very huge and very modern, so the treated water is very clean. All wastewater in Vienna comes here and leaves to the Danube cleaned and in high quality. Additional to the environmental program, we also visited some cultural places, like Belvedere and St. Stephen's Cathedral. Of course, we also enjoyed coffee and cake in a Viennese coffee house. In the Time Travel Museum, we served our guests a very unique glance at Austrian history. They learned about the famous Austrian music, and on our last evening they could even hear it in the opera. The meeting was short the program intensive, time passed so quickly, and we had to say goodbye. To the Turkish colleagues, Özlem and Susan, to the Romanian colleagues, Catalina and Adina, to the Portuguese colleagues, Fatima and Eduarda, to the Latvian colleagues, Linda and Sarma, and to the Italian colleagues, Irene and Salvatore. Best wishes from Brigitte and me. It was a pleasure to host you. See you next time in Romania.